Okay, so here we are again, and we're gonna solve day 5, right? So binary boarding, let me check the input. Okay, you board your plane only to discover a new problem. You drop your boarding pass. You aren't sure which is yours. Set of zones or groups. Binary space partitioning. To seat people. A seat might be specified. Like front, back, left, right. Okay. 128 rows of a plane. Which half of a regional seat scheme? Start with a whole list of rows. The first letter indicates whether the seat is in the front or the back. The next letter indicates which half of that regional seat is in, until you're left with one row. Okay. Okay, so the last 3 characters will be either left or right to specify which of the 8 columns of seats on that plane are. Lower half, right means upper half, right means upper half, so forth. Okay. Okay, and the first ones were front and back. Okay. What is the highest seat ID? Okay, so what's the seat ID? Is multiply the row by 8 and then add the column. Okay. Okay, I think I get the idea. So basically they have like a roundabout way of specifying which row. So let's grab the information we care about first. Okay, so first let me put Emacs on top. Okay. And now I'm gonna copy my input, right? And I'm also going to copy some information. So first things first, there are 128 rows, right? And there are 8 columns. Okay. So so let's start with the easy part, right? Like the seat ID. So define seat ID. Seat ID. Row column, right? And it's like times 8 row, and then plus 4. Okay. So the example they give is seat ID 44 and 5, right? And it is 357. Okay. So now we want to So this is an example instruction. So the first things we're gonna do is like split the instruction, right? Like define split instruction, or like split. Well, it's not really. Well, yeah, let's call it instruction line, right? And we do basically values subsect 0 to. Okay, let's not hard code it, but yeah, are all the. Yeah, they are all the same length. So it's the last 3 and then 7. Okay, so it is subset length from 0 to 6, right? And then subset length from 6 to the 8. Okay, so with this in mind, let's try this out. Split instruction, of course. Instruction. Okay, so no, it's 7, of course. Okay. Yeah. So now let's try and determine the column number from the instruction. Let's say column and then like instructions. Okay. So basically we have to do like binary space partition, and I remember there's always like a trick for this, but more or less it's like this. In case okay, so column is from 8 to 7. So let's do this. Column instructions 0 to 7. Okay. So we're gonna do this recursively, and we're gonna define a helper for this. Column instruction 0, no, min max. So these are the boundaries. Basically, when the boundaries are the same, we return them. But in this case, we know how many steps it takes to arrive to a solution, so we could just do this, like if string equal empty instruction, then we can return like either one. And just as a sanity check, we can do like assert and like equal min max, right? Min max or not that. Or like this. So this is like the base case, and now we can do this, right? Like let's yeah. So let's do this. Direction is the first, right? Like, I'm just gonna use inst because it's too much to type. Okay. So the first character is the one I have to apply, and then like the rest of the instructions are basically right. So I am going to call column, right, with the rest, and the boundaries depend on what direction it is, right? So yeah. So I probably shouldn't do this like in the let clause, but whatever. Okay, so what's the mean number? If equal, no, char equal, right direction. So these are like two scenarios. And the same for max. Oh, yeah, we can do right as well. Okay. So just to 7. So basically, if it is like this is like the left, right? And this is the right. So if right, I need to keep the max and update the mean, move it more to the center. Okay. So if right, then the max is easy. It's just the max, right? And otherwise I owe you something, and in this case it's the other way around, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. And now, basically, okay, so one thing we are lacking for is like not the boundary, like not the depth. ¿Sí, baby? Nada. Estoy grabando un videito. Okay, so the size, which is the difference between max and min, right? And each time what we're going to do, right, is we're gonna move half the size, right? So it's size. So, and just like to double check, the first time it will be like 0 to 7. Okay, so because it's 0 index, technically it is, we have to add 1 here. Okay, so yeah, so the first time it's like 4, and the second time it's 2, and the third one is 1. Okay, so for example, like with this in mind, another base case would be when the size is 1, we can like abort. Okay, so size is plus 1, size between 2, right? So for example, like just have to double check, right? Like 7 0 1 plus, right? 8, and then like divided by 2, right? It's 4. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, for the mean case, it's going to be a mean number plus the step. So that's the new mean, right? So like 0, 0 to 0 plus 4 equal 4. So this means we keep columns 4 to 7, which matches the example. Okay? And in this case, it will be like the other way around. Max 7. Okay. So yeah, so this should work. Just to debug things, let's add a format statement here, right? Like okay, it's min max. Okay, so let's try and see, baby. Okay, so let's grab this example. Let's say, we have this as instruction, right? So we do like column this, and it should give us 7. Instead, it says that column is undefined, of course. Of course. Yes. Okay. Min max differ. Okay. So let's see. So first of all, like the right, then okay. So this is like way off. Okay, so let's like go through this. So the first one is R, right? So the mean, which was 0, right? It's going to be, wait, why is it 7? Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, so that works, right? And then like let's, okay, so the other one is like R LL, so it's also 4, right? Okay, so that's 0. Okay, so for the column it works. I'm gonna move this, or let just this. Okay, so now for the row, it's basically the same except with more values, and we should also like factor the like this part of the logic, because that's the BSP, but like whatever. Row, right? Row. Okay. 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 So the first thing that changes is the direction. The chart is not R, but front or back, right? So let's like keep the same convention and like check for front, which would be like right. And let me like double check. Front and back. So the first letter indicates whether the 6 is in the front, 0 to 63, or the back. Okay, no, so it's the other way around. So like back means right. Okay? And I'm not hard coding the width, so this should be enough. Okay, so let's grab some. Okay, here we have the example, right? So let's see. This should be row 70. Okay. ¿Sigue ahí? ¿No lo haces como? No lo haces como, Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. Let's get a trace. Of course it's okay, yeah, that doesn't make sense. So the rows were from 0 to 127. Okay, yeah, I was hard coding the size. Okay, so now let's grab the other example. Okay, and to check the last example. Okay, so that works. Okay, so now what we want to do is in the parameter I get input and so for part 1 we are going to do this. We're gonna read each line, right? Then we're gonna like split instruction, get the row, get a column, get the CID, and then use loops maximizing close. So let's do this. For line equal read line. Okay? No. Read open file in path. Now we can do this. New while line. I think we shouldn't do this, but I don't care. Okay, yes, so while clauses shouldn't be like, or for clauses shouldn't be after the while clause in general, but I think SPCL doesn't complain. We're gonna do list go. Okay, and we're gonna do this with split instruction. Yeah, let's do this. Like, I don't want to like add a multiple value list. Okay, split instruction line, and then we can do this. And just like to check this works. we can do like collect. Okay. So we can do part 1 and input. This should give us a list. Like this. Okay, yeah. So far so good. Then we basically do the same thing. Row step output of row. So passing the row instructions gives us a row, right? Same for column, right? Okay. For seat ID, same thing. For column, right? And then we just do maximizing seat ID. Okay. Of course, because sometimes I use abbreviations and sometimes I don't. Okay, so this should be the answer. Let me show the Chrome screen. Okay. Okay, so let's input the answer and okay, that's the right answer and also time for me to go. I'll continue with this later. See you.